Hello there. My name's Robin Laurie and I live in Balmacara. I was born in Wishaw-Lanarkshire and there I lived till I was about 20 and then moved away. I was brought up in the church and had a real live church connection through Sunday services, Sunday school, youth club, Life Boys, Boys Brigade, and so on. When I was probably about 16, I moved away, not from the area, but from the church itself. I thought, nah, this isn't for me. I don't need to go there anymore just to please my mother and father, so I'm not going to go anymore. And that was me till I was about 36. In the meantime, I met my wife. We had a couple of kids, and then we lived just outside Pennycook, Midlothian. Now, a lot of you may know me as Robin the sign maker, sign writer, leaflet and graphics chappie. I hope you do. I hope a lot of you do. But at that time, I was doing a lot of work for Quick Fit, the tyre, battery and exhaust people in Edinburgh. In fact, I did all their work throughout Britain. And I was doing some vehicles for them in Corstorphine, about 10 of them. And I was alone in this building in Corstorphine painting the bodies of these vehicles, which was, I don't know if you remember, can't get quicker than a Quick Fit fitter. And I was painting these chaps jumping up and down. And I was there on my own, and just for company, I would listen to the radio all day, all the time I was there. And one of the programmes was a little travelogue that was in Israel. And there was a part of that travelogue where the presenter was at Masada, which is a hill fort in Israel. And these Jewish zealots were holed up, and the Roman legions were trying to overpower them. And it took them, I don't know how long it took them, days, weeks, months, maybe years, to build up big siege ramps of dirt and rock and soil. And then they would just march over the wall and overrun the place. But when they did that, the announcer said, to their surprise, everybody was dead. They had all either killed themselves or appointed leaders or executioners to kill all their fellows and then fall on their own sword. And for some strange reason, I could see this in my mind's eye. I could see aunties, uncles, fathers, mothers, children, cousins lying there, dead. And it broke my heart. There I was alone in this big warehouse painting these vehicles. Pots of paint, painting these chaps jumping up and down. I just broke down. I'm standing on a batting, to get up the height I needed to be. And I just cried like a baby. I just wept. Now, I always wondered if there was a God. And as most people do, is there, isn't there? There isn't, there is. And in that very moment, when I wept, God said to me, and I wish he had said something really profound like, Robin, go thee hence to wherever. But no, he didn't. He said, Robin, it's okay. And to those of you that don't know God and don't believe in God, when God speaks to you, you know it's him. You really know it's him. I couldn't wait to get home. I finished my work for the day, drove back to Pennycook, and I ran in the door and said to Fiona, my wife, I says, wait, you hear this? There is a God. Oh, no, she says. She's reaching for the phone, hello. I said, no, love, there is. He spoke to me. Oh, what did he say then? He said, it's okay. He said, it's okay. And that started me on a journey. That's all I knew. I remembered the voice. I remember, was it a voice? Was it a feeling? I don't know, but that's how it came across to me. It's okay, he said. And I just embarked on a sort of journey then. I forgot about it for a wee while, and then things started to come out in newspapers like headlines. Da-da-da-da. Wasn't it like, Robin, you need to be saved or anything, but just a line. Maybe a line in a song that I was listening to on the radio somewhere. I mean, where I worked, there was always a radio on, Radio 1 usually. Pop tunes. And I got a wee line. And I knew it was for me. And I just felt there's something trying to get my attention here. And I got caught up with that to the extent that I said to Fiona, I says, Fiona, go and get me a Bible. Go and buy me a Bible. She says, no, you can buy your own Bible. So one day when I was in Linlithgow at a Coachworks, I went down at lunchtime and bought this Bible. £8.24 out of the bookshop in the High Street in Linlithgow. New International Version. And I started to read it. Really seriously for the first time. We had a Bible at home, in my family at home. In fact, we used to have a big lectern Bible, one of these big massive things with Samson and Delilah, lovely pictures, and David slaying Goliath with his big sword. I don't know whatever happened to that, but anyway, so I got the Bible, started to sort of read it, bit of the New Testament, and Old Testament, and I thought, oh yeah, wait a minute, there's something here. There's something I want here. There's something calling me. But I don't want to just go to the church and go and say, well, here I am, I'm going to be a member of the congregation. And, you sit there, son, give me your subbies every week and, sign this wee bit of paper and you'll be fine. And listen to me bumping my gums every Sunday. But I didn't want that. I had that before. In the church I was in. The good old Methodist church. They were great. It was lovely. But I didn't fancy this. And I didn't fancy it then either. I wanted the reality of it. I wanted to know for sure about this kingdom of God that I read about. And there was one time, one of the wee incidents, I spent a lot of time in Linlithgow. And I was cleaning my brushes on Easter Friday. And one of the wags and one of the coach builders said, well, Robin, are you having the weekend off? And I said, oh, no, I'll be over here tomorrow. I've got a big truck to do, And he just threw away this line. He says, oh, a guy that gets crucified for you 2,000 years ago and you can't even take a day off. And he left it at that. He just walked away. Didn't know what he said. But, it really affected me. Oh, yeah. And these wee things that was another wee sort of step me getting wound in, And I'm fighting and struggling like a fish on a line. And, I wanted to know, but I just didn't want to just join up. And various other wee incidents happened to me. Until one day I was back in Linlithgow again. And I'm there before the men come into work. I had the keys of the Coachworks and I'm signing right in this vehicle for Cobble Crook Cloth Dyers, Glasgow. A big green vehicle body with a rainbow on it. Know that had anything to do with it. And I'm signed right in this thing. And I'm thinking, I want this. This lad gave me a tape for Don Francisco. and it was singing a song, and I had it on my Walkman. Some of you will know what a Walkman is, and some of you won't. And I'm listening to this wee tune about, yeah, I've got to step across the line. I can't remember. But let me fill your heart with mine. Blah blah blah. And I thought, yeah, I've got to make a move. I've got to do something. I just kind of go, oh yeah, right, I believe in that's it. And I don't know the mechanics of these things, and I still don't know. But what I do know was I was standing 2 feet off the ground, and I was going to jump off, like jumping out an aeroplane. And I didn't do it physically, but I did it. I did it mentally, spiritually. And in that instant, in that very moment, I knew the reality of it. Oh, the kingdom of heaven the reality of it just wheeked right up inside me, and I knew beyond any doubt. I knew. And how do you deal with that? I went home. I told Fiona, wait to hear this. I'm saved. I've become a believer. Oh no. Dearie me, she said. This is it now. And it was hard. It was hard for a couple of years. It was really hard. But me knowing what I knew and carnally trying to convince Fiona this wonderful thing that has been released in me. And she couldn't understand. But 2 years later, she came to know what I knew. And, it happened with her. It happened with my daughter in the front door in her old purple Cadbury, purple painted Austin Montego estate. One night we're sitting there, I'd brought my daughter home for the church, and we were talking about it. And she came to know the very same thing, my daughter Erin. How it can affect a family. Now I've changed a lot since then. I started to, oh, you need to go to church, people said. You need to go to a meeting. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to get into fellowship. And I did. And this might offend a lot of people when I say this. That's, I tell you, I've got very little trouble with the world. None at all. They don't offend me one bit. But my trouble came from people in the actual church, and that doesn't give me any joy saying that. And that was, I went to churches for a couple of years and was involved and did a bit of the old leading the praise and did a bit of preaching and stuff. But I don't know what it was. I was like a fish out of the water most of the time, and everywhere I was. You can't do this, you've got to live like this, you've got to do that. And that's part of my wee story. And I can't say it's been easy this past 30 odd years. I mean, I was a relatively young man. Well, I was what? I was 37 6 when this reality came to me. I'm now 70. And lots of people maybe say you've wasted 30 odd years because what's happened to you. I'm still here. I know what's what. And there's lots of other things that maybe if I feel like it, that I can relate to you again. Things that have happened to me since then, and even in this present day, you know. But I'll keep that for another time. So thanks for being with me, and hopefully maybe see you again.